Because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, folks, as you can see here, this is the E-mini S&P, and we get above this level after hitting this. This could be a pretty good rally, much like we did yesterday. Remember, we rallied 400 points yesterday in that run. So be careful, because these things are very, very dangerous. Because of the fact that we could be in a war situation, we're seeing some strong moves. If you'll notice here in the corn, we're approaching, and those of you that like Fibonacci numbers, I'm going to bring it up here and show you, because we are setting right at the old 382 as we speak. Right now, there it is in the December corn at 432, and it's up 7-8 cents today, mainly because of the fact that there appears to be a war going on, and there is, in fact, a war going on. But whether it's going to mean anything to corn or not, I don't know. It's trading quite easily, and corn is the largest of the agricultural commodities that we trade. That has thousands and thousands of contracts. So this is one of those that you want to watch if you're looking for a low-risk opportunity and you'd like to be shorting corn. I am not giving that as a recommendation, because that gets extra pressure, and I don't need any extra pressure. Okay, now since we're looking at corn, we're going to take a quick look here. By the way, our guest today will be Norm Winsky, and Norm should be joining us at the half-hour break. Here we are in the, that's 8 minutes. Let's go down to a 60 minutes so we can see where we are. Now here's where we are with the soybeans. As you can see here, we tried to make a 3-drive to a top pattern that we didn't, but what we've done so far is there's a potential where we're sitting right now, and this is the kind you want to be watching. So I'm going to give you a second to look at it. This is right out of Andrew Lowe's book, and he's looking for a head and shoulders pattern. So there's your left shoulder. Okay, there's your right shoulder. The right shoulder has to be lower than the left shoulder. It does. The head has to be higher than the left shoulder, which it is. So all you want to do is to see if there's any time sequence. And this is an hourly chart, and you can see there's where we are right now. And all we're going to do now is take a look at this soybean contract and see if we're setting exactly at the old 786. So we're setting there at 64, and your stop would be right above here. Remember, boys and girls, these only work about 60% of the time. Anything we're looking at is about 60% of the time. But this is a business that it's not how much money you make, it's how much money you don't lose. And therein lies the key that we're trying to figure out in this level right here. Now, because I've been watching soybeans and all these others, I always watching soybean meal. So let me get up here and bring up the soybean meal. This is the December contract. We're going to do the hourly, and you can see here it is very bullish. You see it's breaking out to the upside, but it does have some resistance. You can see there is a 3-drive pattern here, but the symmetry is not good. You can see the high to high to high is not really good. The other thing that's a little scary is yesterday it was really a good buy, a friendly hello and a good buy exactly at the 382. And now, boys and girls, I'm going to show you something that's going to knock your socks off. And if you're not wearing socks, put them on, because you're not going to believe what you see next. You know, I talk about these patterns, and I talk about these ratios, and I talk about these markets all the time. And I got a lot of non-believers out there that some of this stuff doesn't work. And it doesn't some of the time, but it does some of the time too. So I want to show you something that happened in the market today, in the most active market that we had today, which was the gold market. Let's get it up here and you'll take a look at it. I'm just going to bring it up here. This is the action from today. You can see we went up and took out the high. We took out the high again, but I want you to see this low right here. And you move that over. There was yesterday's low, folks. September the 30th, and look at the low today. Anybody that doesn't believe these things are important, you ought to pay attention to them some of the time. They don't always work, but boy, when they do, they really have some tremendous, capabilities of giving you some profit opportunities. So that's exactly what it is, and it looks like we're going to break that old high we had back here on the long-term monthly that we were looking at, which was 2705. We could probably take that out. You can see we're at 2690 right now. They haven't added this as of yet because it's a monthly, but we're only $15 away. We could easily take that out in a heartbeat. And after that, I have no idea where it's going except higher. So whether it does it or not, we have to wait and see, but that's neither here nor there. So let's keep those in mind as we're looking at some of these things unfold. Now let me go to Apple, because Apple was under a little bit of pressure today. I had 2 people asking about Apple, and then we have another special request. I'm going to get it up here in a minute. Where is my Apple chart? Here is Apple, and we'll bring it up. It's not off very much. Oh, wow, it is off more than I thought. That's why the Dow's probably down so much. Yeah, we made the big, we matched the old high right here, and then it's backed off, and it hasn't done very much. That, whatever it was in Apple today was a flat-out surprise. But someone asked a stock about Wing. I don't know what Wing is, but we're going to look at it now because he was kind enough to send me an email. And we'll get it up here. And there it is right there. I've got it all prepared. And I'm going to get the daily up so we can see it. Otherwise, we probably won't see it. So get the daily up. You got to use the time frame here, Bubby. Hold on just a second. And there's where we were. Okay, we had that big high, okay, and then look at today's action. This is interesting. I said there should be some support here at 382. It hasn't yet, but here's where we are. We're going to go to the hourly chart, and you're going to be looking right at a 382. I'm almost, if we can get the thing to come up, let's just double try, see if we can get, there it is. Here, it's coming in right now. Oh, let me refresh maximum, sorry. Okay, and here comes, and the winning number is, we move it over here. Oh, there it is. Look at this beautiful little ABCD here, Gartley. This is such a beauty. Look, X, A, B, C, and 382. Oh, it's actually 50%. Let's double check to see how close it was to the exact 382. And that was at 17, and this was at 19. So it was off by 2 points and a little bit below it right now. Still looking a tad weaker as we're watching. Now we need to look at the euro today, folks, because we were looking at the pound yesterday. That seemed like to be the easiest trade, which it turned out to be the easiest trade. But if we look at the euro now, we're going to bring it up and take a look at it. Whoa, it's right there. Hold on, there's the euro. We're going to put it up on an 8-minute because it's had a flying Melinda to the downside today. There's where we were yesterday. Remember, we were looking at the tall, but there was not, the pattern in the pound was so much easier. Remember, this was yesterday. There's where we were in the euro, and here's where we are in the pound. Now, this move in the euro, folks, is $1,500 today. Now, remember, this stuff all started in the middle of the night, and if you use the old 382 that we look for, there's your move down, okay? And what number is this? Johnny, raise the old placard that you always use, and there's your 382, and you can see we went through the ABCD pattern of that, and down she went, and we are going lower, which means
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
The stock market is a delicate, interconnecting web of commodities, equities, and trader psychology. When one string of the web is pulled, it has a ripple effect across the broader market. This is where opportunity lies. But how are you to gather all of this information into one cohesive model when you're already spending your energy looking for any possible trade opportunities? Luckily, you don't have to worry about that, as Tom O'Brien has brought all important market news to you in one single newsletter, Market Insights. Market Insights provides a daily overview of what's happening in the indexes, bonds, gold, and more. Follow along with Tom daily as he analyzes the components that affect the overall movement of the stock market, giving insight into how each one plays either a bullish or bearish role. Tom also analyzes specific equities that he believes has the potential to make huge returns, and his track record proves his analysis right. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Don't let the market leave you in the dust.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Okay, folks, Larry Pesavento back. We want to look at the dollar index. Same thing like in the euro and crude oil. You have a big run up and you want to look for the first 382 retracement. You can see a higher high, and we're going to look at both of those. I mean, it's going to be like kissing your sister, but boy, if you got a sister like mine, you're a lucky person. Anyway, there's your first 382. There's your second one right here. And then the market goes up and it keeps going higher and higher. Then you have a really good correction right here, folks, much like you did here and here. So you want to be able to look at that to see if that was also a 382. And as you bring it up higher, there it is right there within one tick or 2 ticks of the exact low, and away it goes. I don't understand why the Elliott Wave people have not seen that, but I guess they don't know Tom Hugard as well as I do, but that's what it looks at. So where do we think that dollar index is going? If we look at this on a longer term frame, it is still quite bearish. You can see where we are here, but this was going back into your September high. Look how much we've come up so far. Remember, this was that major area. So don't worry about, where the number is, because this thing could really get moving. Look how quickly it's gone from basically 99 to 101. That's 2 handles. That's $1,500 in the euro, folks. So that's a pretty good idea that we're going to be going higher. Just like when we had this, it's a pretty good idea that it's going to be going lower. That's what I try to cover in the videos each night, to see the things that look really interesting. And when they do, it looks pretty good. And when they don't, people don't listen. There's nothing else I can do about that. So let's clean that out. And what we want to do, we've got Norm Winsky coming up. We've got the euro taken care of, and we've got Wing taken care of. And it looks like this market is actually, hold on, I haven't even seen what it's been doing here for the last few minutes, but let's take a quick look here and get this cascaded out so that I can talk about what I want to look at. And that's the crude oil. We've already covered that. We've covered the corn. The corn hit the exact 382 up there at 432. If you sold corn at 432, you put your stop at 4 cents away. 432, 436 would be your stop. This is a huge contract, folks. Many people are doing that one. So you got to be really careful of that one, because it moves pretty nicely. Now you can see here with the S&P, we're moving lower after hitting that 382, and I will bring this up here. Wow, look at this British pound. Boy, it doesn't have any friends at all. Shut the front door and raise the rent. Looking good, Billy Ray, feeling good, Lewis. Now let's look at this on a little bit longer time scale. This is what scares me, folks. This is really a super bearish pattern. I mean, it really is. I've been saying that for a very long time. And look what's happened here. Remember what happened there, and remember what happened there. Keep your powder dry, because that could be a really good one. I haven't seen anything in the news. I have Bloomberg on behind me, but I haven't turned around to look at it. It's actually over to the right. I just want to know how the rockets are going, and rockets red glare and all that stuff. So we'll do one thing at a time. I've had a request to take a look at silver. And so I'm going to bring silver up here in just a second. This the old Christmas silver. And it's been lagging behind the gold for sure. Now here's where we were last night. You can see we went down and almost made that exact 382. With gold up in here, you can see silver has really done nothing more than a 135 pattern here. It's been quite, well, not negative, but it's certainly not as bullish as the silver. So first thing we'll do is we'll measure it from the high down to the low, and that took us exactly to the 50% of that number right here. And then if you take the next number off of this, you'll see that came in at the 618. So you have a 1, 3, 5 pattern, and it is sold off, not much, but it sold off 35 cents, $1,500 from the high. Now, gold hasn't sold off anything, but the silver is doing it. Now, if this is really a war, copper should be going gaga, gaga, gaga to the upside. So let's take a look at the copper. And, whoops, where are you? HGH. Here's the copper. And we'll get the 60-minute up here. And boy, it didn't do anything. Shut the front door and raise the rent. You know what it did? Get out your old placard, buddy. Come on, Johnny, get it out. There's your high in July copper. There's your low. And what number is that, Johnny? Oh my gosh, 461. It's only 4 cents lower, but the fact that it didn't go crazy to the upside with a war going on in Israel, shut the front door. There's your high. There's your low. By the way, that comment of shut the front door and raise the rent is from a movie called Support Your Local Sheriff with Cleavon Little and James Gardner. When I heard that, I've been using it forever, and it's fun. You know, who knows? Okay, let's get on here with one other question that someone had, and that was about our favorite stock of all time. Well, not really, but it's Tesla. Apple and Tesla, everybody asks about. Well, not everybody, 3 or 4 people every day. Now here's Tesla over the last 60 minutes. It's down hard this morning. You can see there was the early morning high, and it's dropped quite a bit, 26 down to 48. The little rally back that we're looking at right now, see if it's going to be, guess what? And we'll be looking at it right here. This has the ear makings, folks, of a really big correction in stocks, but, you know, and also by the fact that it may not, too, because if these bombs are not hit right and they run out of bombs, or there could be 1,000 reasons, but watch the charts. You know, this money is where, what did my grandpa said, BS walks, but, you know, pattern recognition talks. That's what I'm watching for. I was just looking at that. Actually, my grandfather had nothing to do with trading, folks. He was a winemaker and cheesemaker in Italy. That was my one grandfather. My other grandfather was a coal miner. All right, let's move over here, and wanted to show you one other thing that I think is relatively important, and that is the stock of United Parcel Service. Let me get this up here. And I always ask myself this question. This is the largest shipper in the United States, folks. All right, it's about 20% bigger than FedEx. But look at this. This is a daily chart, folks. Where's the business here with you know, we got the stock market up in the stratosphere. What are they shipping? Well, I guess must be everything online with artificial intelligence. But boy, and now we're getting ready to come into Christmas. Who knows? This doesn't look like a really good chart to me. But you know, I'm not a fundamentalist. I just look at that chart and ask myself, you know, why isn't this doing well? And as you know, FedEx just the other day, we got a break coming up here, don't we? Let's just double check. And I got 51 seconds. I'll get that FedEx up here for you. FedEx is doing a little bit better, but they had revise their, where is it? EFG, FedEx right here. And you can see FedEx had this huge break, and look what it's done here in the last 6 or 7 days. It went right up to the 382. You can't make this up, can you? 274, trading at 268. Sometimes these things work, sometimes they don't, but when they don't, you don't use them. So don't take the losing trades. That's very, very important. That's all part of my advanced course that you can get every second and fourth Friday of the month of October, coming up pretty soon.
The Gold Report. As a precious metal, gold is still king. It continues to hold the most effective safe haven and hedging properties across the global major trading hubs of the London OTC market, the U.S. futures market, and the Shanghai Gold Exchange. The Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his weekly gold report every Monday morning for subscribers, consisting of coverage of the XAU, HUI, GDX, the dollar, bonds, the South African rand, as well as 25 different mining equities with specific buy-sell recommendations. The Gold Report. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Subscribe to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report newsletter now at TFNN.com.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
This portion of Trade What You See is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Okay, folks, we have Norm Winsky in the house today without any technical difficulties, I hope, knock on wood. Norm, how are you doing today, my friend?
Doing great, Larry. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, again, twice in 1 week. How lucky can we be? But this time you get to stay with us. So tell us what you're looking at, my friend.
All right. I was last on your show on Monday, September 16th, to alert the folks what was coming up immediately over the next few days coming up there. And the night of the 17th, that was a Tuesday, we had a full moon, but not just any full moon. It was a partial lunar eclipse in the sign of Pisces and at perigee. So it was really a super lunar eclipse, kind of a takeoff on the super moon idea, That's when the full moon at perigee, we had the full moon at perigee, but it was a partial eclipse, a rare triple lunar cycle event. So anytime we have a full moon, new moon, we want to look at financials, grains, precious metal, and oil. And then the night of the 19th, the planets don't go home at 5 o'clock. They're 24/7, so they may be doing things overnight. And that usually often will influence how the markets open the next day. That energy will be vented when the markets open the next day. The night of the 19th, we had Neptune perigee. Perigee is closest to the Earth. So I believe that's an annual cycle when Neptune is closest to the Earth. And Neptune is oil. And also back here, we had the full moon in the sign of Pisces, and that is also oil. So we have a double whammy there for oil for the night of the 17th, and another one for the oil on the night of the 19th. And, of course, stocks potentially being the big basket of everything. Stocks potentially respond to all these events. Sometimes most of the time I don't bother writing the word stocks in there because it's just assumed that the stock market dances to everything. So now let's look at the charts here. I mentioned grains, for example. Here's the corn. You see the market rallying into the full moon eclipse, and then down, down, down. I think you could have picked up a good 10, 12 cents there maybe, or more, and that's about $500-$600, We don't do the green arrow is good. That means you had an opportunity to make some money. If we have a red arrow, that means you did not have an opportunity to make some money. That would be a miss. Here's soybeans going sideways. We don't do sideways. It's based on Newton's law that for every action, opposite equal reaction. I think of a mirror image, and the opposite of sideways is just more sideways, and that's what beans did for several more days. As you see there, so that's a yellow box. We do nothing. That's a pass. That's a pass. Here's wheat. That's going sideways, so we did nothing there also. Here's oil. It rallied into the moon, as we said, and we're going to give that a double whammy there because the moon was in the sign of Pisces, the sign for oil. And if you sold there, I think you could have made, let me get closer to the screen here. Looks like you're at about 69.75, and it dropped to about 67.75. Looks like about two handles there, or $2,000. And if you were brave enough to do two contracts, then you made $4,000. And up here on our Neptune point on the morning of the 20th, we look to do these trades usually on the opening the next day. We have something overnight, and I think that was good for about a handle and a half for another $1,500. Here's silver going sideways, so we do nothing. Gold dipped right at the last moment here into the moon, and then up, and away into what then at the last week was new all-time highs on the gold, I guess. Larry, did we make a new all-time high today?
I don't think so, but I can't follow everything, but I don't think so.
Okay, well, anyway, we're near the highs there, I'm sure. And
yes,
so
we are.
That has important ramifications. We'll talk about here in just a few minutes when we get through these review charts. Here's the S&P. It was going sideways into the moon, but then we had our Neptune point there, and if you sold against the Neptune point there on the 20th, that was good for about 50 handles right there. It doesn't look like much because the bars have all been squished due to the huge move we had during the month, and then they rescale everything, and then the big bars become little bars, Here's the T-bonds. If you sold against our a moon there, a moon top there, and you would have done well. You would have done about, I think, a handle and a half or so there. Let's see, you're at about 126 and a half or so, a little bit better than that, and you immediately drop to about 124. So we'll call that a buck and a half or $1,500. Here's the U.S. dollar rallied into the moon, and then a big drop that day for, I think, about a half of a handle there. That's, I think, about maybe $500 on the dollar contract. So we had, we have an embarrassment of riches here. I don't like it when I get 100%, which I seldom do, because then people tend not to believe me, but it really happened. I got 8 out of 8. That's 100%. Maybe if I try a little harder, I could do better. What do you think, Larry?
Norm.
Okay. Huh?
Norm, 8 out of 8 is not that good. The football player last night on Monday Night Football, I heard, hit 18 out of 18 passes completed. Never happened in the NFL before. Okay, let's keep going, buddy. We don't want to talk sports.
Check that out. So, Larry, here's what's coming up tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow is the 2nd of October, and we have not just a new moon, we have a solar eclipse. This happens twice a year, where you get the solar eclipse in about 24 and a half weeks apart. It's a 49-week cycle. I think that adds up. And that's going to be in the sign of Libra, and we're going to be looking at financials, grains, precious metal, and because it's in Libra, we're running a special on sugar and wheat. Okay, so here's the thing. I asked you about gold because we got some movement today in the markets. The S&P is down quite a bit, and I think the gold is up pretty nice. And I noticed the crude oil was up about 3 handles or so, $3. So we got some movement today, and what I would like to see, which doesn't mean that it's going to happen.
Hey, we got to take a break here in order to pay a few bills, okay?
Okay, no problem.
Oh, you got 50 seconds left. I'm sorry. Please keep going.
All right.
My bad.
Well, what I wanted to say was the ideal is we'd like to see these nice moves that we're having today follow through in the same direction into the late tomorrow, and that will set up be a possible good setup for a reversal late Tuesday or early Wednesday. That's what I wanted to say.
Okay, we'll be right back. Stay with us, folks. Norm Winsky is in the house.
Yep.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
The stock market is a delicate interconnecting web of commodities, equities, and trader psychology. When one string of the web is pulled, it has a ripple effect across the broader market. This is where opportunity lies. But how are you to gather all of this information into one cohesive model when you're already spending your energy looking for any possible trade opportunities? Luckily, you don't have to worry about that, as Tom O'Brien has brought all important market news to you in one single newsletter, Market Insights. Market Insights provides a daily overview of what's happening in the indexes, bonds, gold, and more. Follow along with Tom daily as he analyzes the components that affect the overall movement of the stock market, giving insight into how each one plays either a bullish or bearish role. Tom also analyzes specific equities that he believes has the potential to make huge returns, and his track record proves his analysis right. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Don't let the market leave you in the dust.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Okay, folks, we're back with Norm Winsky. Please continue, Norm.
Okay, well, that's all I have for this week for the forecasting part. But I'd like to share some wisdom with your folks, and that is the most important factor in the markets is time. Timing is everything. If you're focused on price and you ignore time, if you think you have the right price, you have the wrong time, you're going to have a losing trade. If you have the right time, you will have the right price, and you'll probably have a winning trade. It's that simple. You can, if you're not using some kind of timing method, cycles and timing, then you're like you're fighting this battle here with one arm tied behind your back. You're at a big disadvantage. Now the good news is I've been doing this about 50 years, and I have a talent for taking complicated stuff and making it simple. Nothing that I'm doing is over a 5th grade level. If it were, I may not be able to do it. There's no fancy math. The computer spits out these times. I don't do any of that stuff. And so it's all real simple. I can take, complicated stuff like fractals and reduce it to, I can teach a 10-year-old how to do fractals in 10 minutes without any advanced mathematics, all basic. Just all you got to do is be able to read the calendar. That's it. So if you'd like to get some help with this, I've been studying all this stuff 50 years. I'm a former Chicago floor trader. I spent 12 years on the Chicago Board Options Exchange and did a little stint on the Chicago Board of Trade. And so I got to meet some of the greatest traders in the world. I got some great stories. So give me a call. I'll be happy to talk to you, maybe impart some wisdom, maybe help your trading. I have 2 market letters. I have a swing trading letter, which is kind of what we went over here on the video. I have a day trading letter. We covered that the last time I was on, where I hit a couple of really nice trades on the day trading. And I also, if you'd like to learn astrology, I don't know if you're familiar with Mr. Gann or not, but Mr. Gann was an astrologer, and that's what he used for his timing. And Mr. Gann said that time is more important than price. He agrees with that. I think you stop and think about it. It's all about timing. That's it. Now, maybe if you pair this timing with Larry's ABC patterns, I think you might have something really dynamite there, and you'll pretty soon you'll own the United States or wherever you are, So anyway, that's where we're at. Any questions from the Tiger's Den today there, Larry?
No, you did a great job, but thank us for the thing about the solar eclipse coming in, new moon and solar eclipse coming in tomorrow in the sign of Libra, and it's also at apogee, so that's going to be a big deal.
That's correct, and let me just add one little quick thing. That's going to occur around 2:50 Eastern, 2:50 p.m. Eastern time. Now, I wouldn't expect the markets to turn to the minute there, That just kind of gives you some perspective. Most of your commodity day trading sessions will be done by 2:50 in the afternoon, but of course the stock market S&P will be continuing to trade until after 4 o'clock. I would expect most of these markets, if they're going to turn, will probably turn the next morning, probably maybe Wednesday morning. That's when we'd be looking for a possible turn based on the solar eclipse.
All right, listen, thanks for joining us, my friend. We'll have you on again soon, so stay safe over there, and I'm glad you made it through the hurricane without any trouble.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Where are you located, Larry?
Okay. I didn't hear what you said. Or would you say, Norm?
I was curious. Where are you located? Are you in China? Is that what you said?
No, I'm in Bangladesh. I'm at the Bangladesh Hilton. I'm giving a seminar there on day trading for the Bangladesh rice traders.
Who knew they had so many traders here in Bangladesh, huh?
Well, they've got a bunch of them. There must be 30 or 40 of them in the room right now. But listen, you take it easy, my friend, and we love having you on, and be safe.
All right. Thanks a lot. You travel safe.
Okay, folks, we'll be right back after I get the things set up to bring out the charts again, and I'll get back with the Bangladesh rice traders in just a moment here, and we'll get this up here 1 second.
Hey, Larry, can I jump back in?
I didn't hear what you said, Norm.
Can I jump back in? I forgot to give the folks my contact information.
Oh, that was posted previously, Norm. We had that. That's on file.
All right.
Okay.
No, just in case anybody's on YouTube or something and not in the Tiger's Den, Well,
why don't you tell them if they're on YouTube and they'll be able to write it down. I hope they don't write it down in their car and have a wreck, but go ahead, give it a shot.
All right. You can call me at 239-594-3939. That's 239-594-3939 in beautiful Naples, Florida, or you can email me at nwinski@yahoo.com. You can also call me on Skype at that same address, nwinski@yahoo.com. Everybody have a great week ahead, and thanks a lot.
Okay, folks, we're back now. We're going to take a look at that corn market. I recommended selling the corn at 432. It's at 430 1/4. Your stop should be at 436, folks. You're risking $200 to be a farmer. And guess what? You don't have to worry about anything because you don't have to worry about the crops. You don't have to worry about nothing. You just put it in. You got 100 acres of corn short, and if it works, you'll make a little money. If it's wrong, you lose $200, and you won't have to worry about sharecropping or anything else. I did have one other one today, and this was the live cattle. You can see up here at this 85.76. I talked about this yesterday on the tube. We were right there, 85.76. The high was 86.02. It's dropped about $400 from the bottom, so that's holding up okay if you were watching that on the line. This was the kind of trade that we were been looking for. You can see the ABCD pattern again, double ABCD actually. There's another one right in here. So that's pretty much what we're watching here today, folks. I've got a couple of seconds here to go. Actually, I got a little more than that. And we got having a nice little rally here in the old S&P, which is good. We came right down to the bottom. We didn't quite make a new low on the bottom, and we've rallied another 20 handles. Like I said, if we can get above this 382 today, it might not be the end of the world. You can see it from the edge of town, but it might not be. So the key is it's got to get above here. Below here, we are going to be going lower. It really doesn't make any difference, folks, from my opinion, because when you look at a pattern like the one we're looking at here in the daily, this thing is flat out bearish. So you want to be aware of that you got to be paying attention to that, because that's where the real money is going to be made when it finally, heads down. This is just the first day down. There's going to be huge swings all along, and that's where we can use some of these little tools that we have that keep us in the game. You can see the gold has sold off. I don't know what's going on over in Israel, but you can see here we made a new high twice. Made a new high here, and they made another new high here, and it's down $11 from that level right here. So the whole world is not scared yet, but they might be. Later on, they might be. So let's remind ourselves that these markets have a tendency to be very volatile, and this is just beginning. So stay tuned, and we'll wrap it up here in just a minute, and we'll get back to our Bangladesh rice traders.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Okay, folks, here's why you need to be really careful. This is the Dow Jones over the last year, and you can see we had this type of pattern right here before the big break. And now we have the Big Daddy Rabbit up here using the same thing, 3 drive to a top pattern, a 1.27 expansion on the monthly chart, and it's started to come down. It's down about, let me see, 3, 4, 5. It's down about 900 handles from the high so far. That doesn't mean it can't go lower, so keep an eye on it, because things are happening in the world, all over the world. So you've got to be careful. Always use stops. It's not about how much money you make, folks. It's about how much money you don't lose. And that's the real key to what you're looking at here is when you're trading. Okay, very important. Tomorrow, our guest will be Jeff Huge of Alpha Insights. That'll be a very nice thing to have. And then I believe on Thursday, we're going to have Grace Morris of Astroeconomics. And then on Friday, I'll be a traveling day. I'll be coming back from Bangladesh, getting back into Tucson sometime Saturday afternoon. So that's pretty much what we're looking at today. So please, try to take care of some of your neighbors if you can, people that need help. It's always good. You can't take your money with you. Give a little bit if you can, give more if you can, but try to help a little bit. Really, it's every day in an attitude of gratitude, and may God bless. And we'll see you folks on the flip side tomorrow, but I better be careful because I might have time left here. And in fact, I have a whole minute. Are you kidding me? I guess I'll fill that up with a little bit more of being careful, because these markets, folks, if you don't put your order in and have a stop there, you're basically telling the market that you know more than the market does, and that's not a good thing, folks. Just no way that that's going to happen. So be really, really careful that you put something in to protect yourself. Okay? Now we almost have time to leave, so live every day in an attitude of gratitude, and may God bless. And we'll see you tomorrow at the same time. And stay tuned. Get into the Tiger Den tomorrow. If you get a chance, there's some really smart people in there. And we'll see you then.